welcome back to the channel. It's your favorite realtor, Dr. Yeti, and I am back with yet another video. Okay, today we're going to be talking about the Florida housing market. Now, as you may or may not know, I am licensed in Georgia, which is right next to Florida. Okay, but I have heard some I don't want to say insane, but incredible things about the housing market out there in Florida. And today I'm going to be reacting to Orlando Miller's video talking about the housing market out there. So yeah, let's get to it.
Put your finger down if it took you well over a year to finally convince your family to move to Florida, and you've only been here for 2.5 months and it's nothing like you thought it was. So now you're about to pack up to go back to Lexington, Kentucky, and your family looks at you like you're stupid. I have already taken full accountability for this terrible life decision, so I will be removing myself from all future decision making, and we're going back to Lexington.
Well, listen, guys, listen. Look, you know, it's crazy. Guys, I don't know if you do this, but when you go to places for vacation, it's totally different than when you live there.
Facts.
Got a paddock on my wrist doing front.
I tell this to people that want to come to Atlanta. Let me tell you something. My first year even in Atlanta is nothing compared to my 5th year in Atlanta. I've been here for 5 years, a little bit over 5 years. And my first time here, completely different, right? Like there's a surface level Atlanta that everyone immediately jumps right into. And then there's the truth about that surface level Atlanta. And then there's everything else that you can fit in, like everything else that you are able to find yourself, your niche in. And I feel like that's the same with everywhere else. Like if you go to any place, I would not recommend you staying there for like 2 months and saying, oh, this is where I'm going to live forever. I stayed in Indiana when I was in college for over a month and a half. And I cannot say that I feel like I can live in Indiana now because of my experience there. It's not enough. It's not. I stayed in New York for 2 months almost. I can't say the same thing. So I don't know.
Flares giving you my number, but
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and move from California to Florida. I'm going to go ahead and move from New York to Florida. And guess what? It's going to be so much better. I don't care about the prices. I don't care about the taxes. I don't care about the insurance problems. Who cares about that's the price of paradise.
Not that they don't care, it's just that they are not aware. A lot of people, when they think of Florida, they think of a retirement state. So that's probably what a lot of people are thinking.
Are you out of your goddamn mind?
That's what you guys told me. Now everybody's packing up. Oh, listen, where's my wallet at? I gotta get out of here. It's too expensive here. Yeah. These HOAs, they're taking advantage of people. The insurance, it's quadruple what they told me. The taxes, this guy just sent me a special assessment tax for $45,000.
Didn't I tell you?
Listen, we're gonna talk about it, guys. Florida is continuing to show you guys, do not buy there. Let me say this again. Do not buy there.
Why?
I just want to give a shout out to Intrepid1611 for going ahead and asking and requesting this video. I had it planned. Believe it or not, I had it planned for next week. But when he asked, I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and drop this today on Friday. So anyway, guys, please watch the whole video. This will give you the snapshot of what's currently going on in the Florida housing market and how this is going to affect the nation and how you want to sit on the sidelines with a purpose. My name is Orlando. Welcome to the channel, guys. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help out the channel.
Hey y'all, it's your favorite realtor, Dr. Yeti, and I am back with yet another video. I'm not gonna lie to you, I am pretty animated sometimes, so you know what, like, let me stop.
Me for a while. You know that I've been saying for the very, very longest that Florida Las Vegas, all these coastal cities, they are precursors to what's going to happen with the rest of the country when it comes to the housing market. And I have been saying, listen, I don't care what anyone says, 2008, the previous one before that, when it comes to the housing market failing, these cities or these states are the first ones to go. These are the first ones to go up, and they're the first ones to go down. I say that all the time, especially when it comes to condos. And listen, I know. Listen,
I need to confirm, like, or verify that. Like, why is that true? And if so, why? Is it true that those states are the first to go down? Like the coastal, he said coastal states, but I don't know if Las Vegas would be considered or Nevada would be considered a coastal state. But why those states go down? Why do those states go down?
The person who's going to say, I told you so.
I would think
listen,
it'd be
because
like
you're
major
already
cities.
having the trouble financially dealing with the consequences. Let it be taxes, let it be insurance, let it be overpriced homes. You're paying for all of that because you didn't do the research.
Come on, man.
You thought to yourself,
valid.
these prices are going to continue going up higher, and higher. Yeah. And then you got hit with the doozy. You got hit with the special assessments. Yeah, listen. I know. You thought these companies, you thought your governor, you thought the HOA, they were loyal to you. They care about you. And then it comes out, guys, and listen, it comes out that HOAs are selling the buildings to developers for pennies on the dollar. And you own it. Listen, I can't make this stuff up.
It's pretty difficult to put into words how disgusted I am, how depressed I am.
But here's the kicker. Even with people knowing all of that information, they're still calling to buy today.
Hey, relax, brother. People still buy because they have the money to buy it. Now, in terms of doing the research, then yeah, like I don't think it's impossible to buy a house in Florida right now. Maybe there might be a lot of problems in a lot of the housing conditions, like condos, like he mentioned before. But I wouldn't say that no one should buy altogether just because of, lack of research. It's just about a matter of you doing your research and seeing what your pockets can handle. So that's the thing about Orlando. Like, he is so extra that he will start saying things that is on the opposite end. Right? No one is saying that the HOAs care about you or the government cares about you. Also, no one shouldn't say, I don't want to buy a house because of X, Y, and Z. I don't know. Like, you have to, I don't want to buy a house because Florida market looks like X, Y, and Z. I don't know. Let's just see what Florida market looks like.
Still calling me.
Orlando, listen, man, this money is burning a hole in my pocket, and I got $300,000, I got $200,000, and I want to buy in Florida.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? You watch my videos, and you're telling me you want to buy in Florida today?
My brother,
with your $300,000. Okay, listen. Don't, you guys ain't got to trust me. I'm going to show you how bad it is. And
Orlando, we want to trust you. Tell us more. What
people are still wanting to buy.
Housing market is so bad in Florida. Let me just show you guys what $400,000 will get you. This is $379,000. Okay, this is 1,500 square feet. It's also very, very old, needs complete updating. They also don't show you that this is not in a great neighborhood. Let's keep going strong.
West Palm Beach.
$360,000. You don't even get to see what's inside. Just buy the house. Pre-qualified and pay $2,000.
Pre-qualified,
850 square feet.
I was like, you know what? This doesn't even look that bad, but this is 1,000 square feet for $400,000. It gets worse the more you search because you're like, you may have found something, but then I'm like, oh my God, beautiful. A house, 325, 2,000 square feet, 3 beds, 2 baths. What? But then this is where they get you $548 for HOA. And half of these HOAs don't do nothing but cut your grass. Some of them don't even cut your grass, okay? $548 for HOA, and it's most likely going to go up. $420,000 for 956 square feet. South Florida specifically, y'all need to get it together. This is so sad.
That's just a small section.
After this video, Maybe I'll run a quick Zillow search and then we can look together and see what's going on in Florida housing market. Because I don't know. That's
Let me ask
insane,
you guys something really quickly. You know, and I say this to anyone. Matter of fact, I always ask, can I use this as an example in my videos? And these are the individuals that said yes. When I ask individuals, hey, I know you want to buy in Florida. I know that this $300,000 that you got for selling your home in California, I know. I know that's burning a hole in it. And you just want to give it away. I know that. Listen, but let me help you. Let me save you. Do you know what's going on in Florida? Do you know all of the potholes that you can fall into if you buy in Florida? And
Please
you know what they say? No, I don't.
You weird, buddy.
So let me ask you this next follow-up question. Do you think it's wise to buy an asset that you have no idea what's going on with said asset?
My brother,
I mean, I'll wait.
I don't know.
Let me give you an example. If I came to you and said, hey, you're gonna...
Because the housing prices, it's bad, but some places it's bad and all over. Like some places are worse than South Florida. Those prices for a lot of, it's bad for me because I live in Georgia, and so you're gonna find homes like that's selling for way less than what they're listing it for. However, someone coming from California to see a home priced that much, you're like, oh, this is a steal. Let me hurry up and buy it. So it's all subjective. So pricing is not enough for me to say don't buy in Florida. Like I said, if it works for your pockets, then do it. So I'm still waiting for him to share. And mind you, I have watched some of his videos talking about Florida. So I was hoping this would be like one of those where he shares what exactly is the reason why I shouldn't live in Florida. I don't think pricing is a good reason.
To get 1,000% return from a JPEG, right? And it's going to become art. Would you be cautious?
Greg, we need to talk.
No time. That sales question was.
1,000% return. I came to you and said, hey, you're going to get 1,000% return from a JPEG, right? And it's going to become art. Would you be cautious?
What is he talking about?
Wait a minute.
Listen. Some of you are like, wait a minute. Isn't that an NFT? Yeah, those things. Yeah, the JPEGs, you sell a picture of Michael Jackson and it's worth $10 million. Yeah, that one. Yeah. A picture of Mike Tyson, a picture of Michael J. Fox.
I always thought NFTs were the biggest scams in the world. I just never understood it. But people made money from it. And I think people are still making from it till this day. So I don't know. I mean, COVID had some very interesting investment opportunities back then.
It doesn't matter. You're going to be able to sell this for millions of dollars, even though you bought it for pennies. Yep. That's what they're telling you. That's the same thing. You're just buying a house in Florida. But you have no clue that right around the corner, is a $200,000 special assessment.
$200,000 special assessment.
Now, listen, I know what some of you guys are saying. Orlando, that was back then. I haven't heard any news about special assessments, insurances, and tax. I haven't heard it, so it had to disappear, right? It's not in the news anymore. But let me tell you this, guys. It's alive and well online. It's alive and well online. You're just not seeing it on the news anymore because people are getting laid off. That's the reason. There's a better story. But let me tell you this. If you want to lose money on a real estate investment, on a housing market, go ahead and throw all your money into Florida.
Oh my goodness. Let me look up what he's talking about because y'all don't judge my tabs. What is he talking about? Special assessment? Because he's just very vague. In Florida, condo boards can levy special assessments for emergency repairs. Hold on. For the problems. This was 2024. Okay, let's watch this really quickly and see what they're saying.
I made it my business to know who they were and to get on a personal basis with as many as would open.
Okay, that's not a very good video. I'm trying to get an understanding. Florida condo owners share concerns about need for solutions over. Okay, let's watch this. This was last year.
Wix, one platform, any website, unlimited creation.
Where we're following through on the price of paradise and the crisis that condo owners are facing with rising costs. Yesterday, we told you that Governor DeSantis said that the state needs to find solutions.
Just so everyone's clear, we have to act this year. We can't punt this.
Talking about a special session potentially, and we asked you to share your voice and the problems that you're seeing as the state continues to grapple with what to do after legislation put into place and signed by the governor because of the Surfside collapse a few years ago. Here's what you said. One condo owner wrote in part, quote, the insurance crisis and the recent condo legislation
it seems like
is
it's a
making
condo
it
situation.
unaffordable to stay in my home. Unfortunately, because of these issues, the condo market is tanking, and my home investment does not afford me the opportunity to sell and move elsewhere. Another viewer told us our complex in St. Pete has more for sale and rent than the past recession.
So this is a condo situation. You know, like it's low-key kind of, I'm sorry, as much as I love Orlando, this seems a little bit misleading. This is a condo situation. Don't buy a condo in Florida. Unfortunately, a lot of condos, because I've always known the condo situation in Florida is the worst, right? Special assessment, all that stuff. And I've heard of that. I don't think this is a single family situation. Or let me look it up again. Let me see if I can go back and say single family homes. Yeah, it's all condos. Condos. This says condos. This says condos. Let's see this one. This one just says homes.
For a little savings.
Okay, let's mute this really quickly.
For a lot of savings.
We never were told that it was going to be that much.
Like, it says how condo owners are priced out. Like, let's be for real, Orlando. It's a condo situation. But let's talk about single family homes or townhomes. Like, are there issues there? No, not everyone is moving to Florida to buy condos.
Go right ahead. Listen, I'm not going to stop you. But let me tell you this. All you have to do is listen to some of these real estate agents. Listen, real estate agents will tell you exactly how it is. And all you got to do is read between the lines. Let's go ahead and try.
So almost half the homes in the Tampa Bay area right now are not selling. And it's not for the reason that you think.
Guys, listen, this is Orlando University time. Let me ask you this, guys. She said houses aren't selling in Florida. And she said it's not the reason you believe. What would be the reason houses aren't selling in a housing market? I'll wait.
Yeah, let her say it. Okay. Price.
I heard you. You said.
Hold on, let's go back. Let's see what the options
market.
Were.
I'll wait.
Price, people abroad. maybe A and B.
I heard you. You said price.
Nice.
Look at that. Look at that. Look, real estate agents, they hate to say the word price.
That's not true. I'm a realtor and I can say that price can really affect the housing market. But I will also say this, there are people that have the money to buy these houses. Let's be for real. Like people, like not everyone is, let's just say that there are people that can afford these houses. Now, it will reduce the amount of people that are getting into the market, but
to say price reduction, it hurts them in their soul to say this place is priced improperly. No!
Imagine being able to build an app with your name.
Sheesh.
Family homes, about 30% aren't selling, and that's actually normal. The real issue is that over 50% have to cut their price to get a buyer. And you'll know if your home doesn't sell in 12 days that it's overpriced. But condos and townhomes and villas, now that's a totally different story. 46% aren't selling. And 63% of those homes are going to have a price reduction. That's not normal. It means that they're overpriced. And you'll know in about 17 days if your condo is overpriced and hasn't sold. Right now, single-family homes are still in a seller's market, which condos and townhomes are...
Single-family homes are still in the seller's market, okay. So single-family homes are in a seller's market, which means that there are a lot of buyers in the market.
Right now, single-family homes are still in a seller's market, which condos and townhomes are firmly in a buyer's market. And national...
And I can get why condos and townhomes are in a buyer's market because the cost of the condo assessment. And I'm sure because townhomes can sometimes be considered a condo, right? So maybe that's the reason, because they are, I don't know, because maybe that's the reason why townhomes are. Also, maybe most likely 9 times out of 10, if it's a townhome, it also has HOA. So
today, prices are still about 8% higher than the long-term trend, but they're already starting to come back down here locally to the average.
Yeah.
So here's the big question. What happens if the mortgage rates drop? That's what we're hoping happens, right? Demand will go up and supply will shrink. And then the prices, they'll probably go back up again.
Yeah.
So the bottom line is, it is a smart time right now to buy.
And that's what I say. You know what, Orlando? I don't know what Orlando has against realtors, but the truth is she's not wrong. If you... And now I'm not saying to buy a condo and a townhouse in Florida, but if it's a buyer's market, but she did say it's a seller's market with single family homes. So maybe that's what she's talking about. But if you want to buy a single family home, interest rates are low and prices are still kind of high. It means that 9 times out of 10 is not as much buyers in the market, but they will soon start flooding the market because interest rates are low. If the home prices are high, and let's say the homes have been sitting on the market for longer, 9 times out of 10, the sellers will be willing to negotiate on the price of the home. They may be willing to go down on the price of the home. So I say all this to say, like, I feel like she's not wrong. I've always said that. Like, I think the moment you are at that cusp of a buyer's market is the best time to buy, because you can negotiate the prices and there's not that much buyers flooding the market. Because the moment buyers flood the market, it is over, because at that point you are competing with so many other buyers. Then it ends up being a seller's market. So I don't know. I think anytime an agent says it's time to buy right now, Orlando is always like, no, it's not the best time to buy. But the only reason I would say you shouldn't buy a house right now is if your job is not a stable job, or if your job is a job that you feel like you could get laid off tomorrow. I wouldn't get a job there. If you get a house, then if you don't have more than enough money saved up, especially in a time like this, you shouldn't buy a house right now. So it's a few reasons why you shouldn't buy a house. But if you have the money, you have the savings, let's say you have 100% to put down on the house and you don't have the finance, you can do that too. Oh,
also a smart time to sell. You just have to make sure if you're selling that you're pricing it right, and that if you're buying that you're making a sound decision. So send me a message and
listen. Listen, I mean, that's all we needed to hear. She said it's a good time to buy and sell. It's not a buyer's market, it's not a seller's market.
I'm telling you, if you can sell right now, sell too. The cusp is the best time to sell. Listen, I listed my client's house and we got under contract in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And that same client is buying. The same client that sold is also buying. People have the money and people can also sell. And then on top of it, when we're shopping for homes, me and my clients, we are negotiating the prices because we can. We can. The homes have been sitting on the market for over 100 days. And we like homes that should be going for like 450, 500. We're submitting offers for 400. and they are actually considering it. And if you price your home right, like let's say you price your home right, and your home is less than less than the competitors. I'm talking like, let's say your home is actually worth $500,000, but you really want to sell it. And let's say you have enough equity to walk away with, losing about $20,000, price the house at $480. Watch and see how quickly your house gets taken off the market. And if it doesn't get taken off the market in 2 weeks, drop the price by another $10K. And see somebody jump onto the house. But this is a good time. I know our lender doesn't feel like it. He's not an agent, so maybe he's just not really seeing what's going on in the housing market, or maybe his market is completely different from mine, because I'm in the Atlanta metro area. But like, it is an ideal time right now. It's a good time. The interest rates are low, the lowest it's been all year, and home prices are easily negotiable. I don't know. Let me just, but like I said, you don't have to listen to me. You can always wait if you want to, right? Because I'm a realtor. So I would say maybe I'm biased, but I'm not, because I don't always take on clients. I'm not about, and I know this is going to sound, oh, she's just talking, but I genuinely am serious, right? My values, it prevents me from doing things for the sake of money, because I don't trust in money. I trust in God. So if I'm willing to lose my integrity for the sake of a quick buck, then that completely compromises what I stand for. Right. So I'm not doing this for the money. And also, I'm not licensed in Florida. I'm not licensed in California. I'm not saying if you choose not to work with me, it's not even about working with me either. You can work with anybody. I'm saying this from a very objective perspective. Even if I was not a realtor, I would be saying this exact same thing. If you are at a cusp, meaning you see interest rates are down, you see home prices are still relatively high, but the homes have been sitting on the market for longer than usual, this is the best time to buy. And then if you really need to sell, and you want to sell in a short period of time, but you can't wait a year, or you can't wait for 2 years, or whatever the case is, you need to sell it right now, the cusp is still a good time to sell. Now, you may not get the best price. You may not get the market price or over asking, but you can sell that house. So I don't know.
She also said that it's not the price, but then she said it is the price. I mean, it's just a big pot of spaghetti.
Orlando, she said it's not for what you think
see what
it
I'm
is.
talking about, guys? Listen, these are your real estate agents.
Welcome to the real
This
world.
man really hates
But
realtors.
as you heard this lady, she didn't say anything about special assessments. She didn't say anything about the HOA issue. She didn't say anything about insurance. That all of this stuff is going to fall on you.
Now let's talk about insurance.
But listen, you don't have to take my word for it. You can just listen to the real estate agent that tells you you can do everything right now and there is no consequence. And then she said, you know what about mortgage rates? We want them to come down, but if they come down, then all of the properties are going to get snatched up.
It's true. That's what happens.
You heard
when
her.
interest rates go
Listen, I'm not
down.
making this stuff up. She just said if mortgages go down, you better buy now.
It's
You better
true.
buy before everyone takes all of the properties. But inventory is the highest it's been. She said it herself. But you should still buy.
Brother, that's how economics works. When there's high demand and supply is low, the prices will go up, right? And then eventually, guess what? Builders are going to see, oh my goodness, there's a high demand. Let's hurry up and snatch this opportunity up. Let's build more houses. So now more houses get on the market, right? And so when more houses get on the market, it oversaturates the market. And guess what? The buyers start to be less than this. I mean, that's buyers. The demand gets lower than the supply. Now the supply is so high, they have to reduce the pricing. And when they reduce the prices of the house, guess what? Demand goes back up. That is what supply and demand is. I don't know if he's I don't know, that's one of the reasons why I stopped watching his videos, because I feel like he tries to over exaggerates things and omits the obvious, omits the truth, right? The truth is what she said is a fact. This is a simple economic supply and demand situation. More demand means higher prices, right? Less supply means higher prices, right? Less demand, higher supply means lower prices. Eventually, they will drop the price to get more people to be interested. That's just oh, I hate to sound so like frustrated, and I'm over here flattening my locks. But the truth is, I feel like he is like over exaggerating things. Oh, Orlando.
Yeah, you should still buy. But should I sell? Yeah, the highest that you possibly can. Maybe
No,
do
you
some
can't
price
sell for
cuts.
the highest you can
small.
possibly can, and I don't think she said that either. You can't, in this market, you can't sell for the highest you can make. You just can't. You should just price it right and sell it for what you can. And meaning you still have enough equity. Now, if you don't have equity, don't even sell it. Don't even try to sell it. Right. But if you don't mind dropping it slightly less than market, that's what happens. Oh, Orlando.
Mm-hmm. You know those houses and condos you guys are looking at, and the price cut is $5,000, but the special assessment is $150,000
for condos.
Those. Listen. We're gonna get into it. So we've now seen that the current market, the houses are overpriced. I've shown you that. Now let's move on to the next item at hand here, guys, and that's insurance. Remember the issue with insurance? I've done tons.
By the way, before we get into it, what are your thoughts about insurance? Because insurance, I think all forms of insurance, health insurance, auto insurance, medical, home insurance, I think it's all scams. And for home insurance, for you to have it in order to have a mortgage, for auto insurance, for you to have it, and then you get into an accident and then they increase your premium, or something happens to your house and they increase your premium, like it's just ridiculous. I think they're literally it's like highway robbery. I think you are sending your money into an abyss because let's say you never use the insurance. What's the point? My insurance dropped me because I used them twice. They dropped me because I used the insurance for what it was used for. I'm paying monthly for this insurance. I better use it. And they dropped me. And this is my mortgage insurance. So imagine, I'm very grateful I have insurance now, but imagine, I want to know in the comments what your thoughts are about insurance. Insurance is a scam.
Tons of videos, so there's no need to rehash it here. The summary of it is insurance is ridiculously high in Florida.
Let's see.
And it doesn't help that hurricane season makes it higher. People are constantly replacing roofs and all these types of things. And people believe that the insurance would not go up. Why do I need to sit here and explain when you can have someone else explain it to you?
Every customer wants to feel like you're
Let's go ahead and listen.
I think it's so great that people want to move to Florida, buy a home here. But the thing that people don't really talk about that much is that homeowners insurance in the state of Florida is total bullshit. Here's what's going on. I've lived in my home about 4 years now. The first year of homeowners insurance, I signed with some company, I don't remember the name, but a year later they went out of business. They were bought by Lighthouse. Lighthouse, never heard of this either, but whatever, they just transferred over. It's fine, same coverage. The next year, they went out of business. In fact, when they went out of business, about 4 other insurance companies went out of business at the same time. So everyone was in a scramble to find new coverage. So I found American Integrity. So 2 years ago, we signed on with them for $4,000. Last year, up to $7,000. This year, we got a notice that it's going to increase from $7,000 to $12,900. So it's basically going up $6,000 the premium to next year. Insurance. I spoke to an insurance agent and they said that that's completely by design. This company no longer wants to cover people. They think that you're either going to ignore it and pay a ridiculous premium or leave.
Oh, wow.
They're happy to cover homes that are less than a year old, but anything else, they want you gone, which is dumb.
Now, guys, I need you to really listen to this because this is going somewhere. I promise you, it's going somewhere. Listen to this man. He's explaining to you how you can trade places. You can be an individual who says, you know what? It's super hard to even get insurance.
Let me see. Could be an individual thing or property insurance in Florida. Oh, in Florida. Problems, maybe? Let's say news. Property, citizens insurance no longer floated. Okay. Relief of life property insurance prices cool after years. DeSantis says something about it, so I guess it is a issue. Let's see. I would watch the DeSantis one, but it's like your new hometown dealer. 30-minute long video, and I don't want to watch it.
2 insurance companies are being fined for how they handled claims here in Florida after Hurricanes Ian and Idalia. The Florida Office of Insurance Regulation fined Kin Inter-Insurance Network and Slide Insurance Company $250,000 each. The agency found that Kin failed to provide disclosure statements for both hurricanes and failed to pay out claims within 90 days of Ian. They found Slide also failed to provide disclosure statements and used unappointed adjusters.
I don't know. So Florida's insurance premiums are rising because of a combination of hurricane risk, high reinsurance costs, rampant litigation, and insurer withdrawals. Wow. So the insurance situation is actually valid. Anyone else financially ruined by increasing home insurance? What the title says, our home and flood insurance tripled since the pandemic. Let me see something right now. What is everyone doing about this? Mine has doubled. Wow. I may go higher this year. Wow. It is seriously depressing. My homeowner's policy tripled. We have decided to drop flood insurance and cross our fingers. Wow. Yet the state is talking about eliminating property taxes and not fixing the insurance problem. One more example of the rich getting richer. What happens when public education, libraries, parks? Wow. So is that what DeSantis was talking about? Doesn't help when we bought a house for $279. Now they're saying it's whoa. It doesn't help when we bought our house for $279. Well, it depends on how long ago that $279 was. Was it $279 in 2005? Give it a year or so, it'll be worth $47K. That's not true. Wow. Options: pay it, don't move. Oh, yeah, we've had discussions about where we might have to move to if it keeps going up. Further north is advised. Further north, I'm not gonna lie, the north is not cheap unless you're going to like the Midwest or something. But even then, like Chicago is, I've heard about the whole tax situation in Chicago, in Illinois as well, and ain't no joke. Mine went from 2K 4 years ago to 6K today. Sheesh, brother. All right, I will say that the insurance situation in Florida is pretty bad.
Not only do you have to deal with the high price, so you got to negotiate a good price to buy the property for. Then you have to deal with taxes that are skyrocketing. Then you have to deal with HOA. Then you have to deal with special assessments. As easy as it is to get insurance nowadays, you have to deal with this. Not only will your insurance go up, it will quadruple. Do you want to deal with this? Yeah. This is what I'm talking about. This is the reason why the lady at the end was like,
buy a house with no HOA. What did he say? Special assessments. Do your research on special assessments. Oops, sorry, I just turned off my mic by mistake. Do your research on special assessments in some areas, or in the areas that you're looking into in Florida. Do your research on all of these things. And I think it's good for him to highlight these things, HOA, all these things, so that when you are looking for a house out there, the first thing you think about is, what area in Florida would I look for that will help me avoid all of this stuff, right? It may not be in the best area in Florida. You know, I don't know all the areas in Florida, or it may just not be Florida altogether. You may say to yourself, actually, based on my research, I couldn't find anywhere that was going to be financially wise for me to move in Florida. And then make a decision like that. But I don't know.
I'm done. I'm out of here. I'm going back to Kentucky. You guys are the price of paradise. Well, it's going to be a paradise, all right. And here's the thing. It will be a fantasy, all right. Not the fantasy that you think it will be. It will be a nightmare. You will get drained financially.
All right, I'm not going to keep, he is dragging it. I'm not going to lie, okay? His videos are great, but he be dragging it sometime. Get to the point. Let's understand why it is the way it is. I mean, anyway, what are your thoughts? Would you guys move to Florida? Based on what I've seen, I'm not gonna lie, like, I don't even want to risk it personally. I wouldn't live in Florida. Honestly, personally. I did want to do a quick search on Zillow to see how the housing market is in Florida, but I'm already 41 minutes into this video, so I don't want to drag it any further. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know if you would buy a house in Florida, if the HOA or even special assessments is enough to scare you away from buying a house in Florida. Let me know in the comments. If you're looking for a house in Georgia and you're looking to sell a house in Georgia, feel free to send me a message. My information is in the description. Schedule some time on my calendar. And yeah, don't forget to like, don't forget to share, and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, y'all, I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.